Welcome everyone. I'm Monica, helping foreigners reach their career goals and build successful lives in Korea. Today is a special day. It's the first episode of 101 Success Story. A lot of you asked me what life and work is actually like after you getting a job in Korea. So today we are starting this series with the perfect guest. Welcome, Estelle. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. Very happy to be here.
Yeah, no pressure being the very first guest, all right?
A little bit.
A little bit. So let's get into it. Okay, so tell us about yourself and what are you doing in Korea?
Yes, so I'm Estelle. I'm from France, and I'm currently working as a product marketing manager in Korea. I work in the tech industry, software industry. I've been living here for 3 years and working for 1.5 years. Yeah.
So, well, Estelle, what made you want to live in Korea?
Yes, so actually, throughout my life, I moved a lot. So I've lived in many different countries, studied in Australia, lived in the US. And when I was a student in Australia, my roommate, she was Korean. So that's how I got introduced to Korea, the culture, the country. I went to travel. That was maybe like 10 years ago. And then in the back of my mind, I was always thinking, I would like to live in Asia one day and try living in Korea. So after the pandemic was over, I took a trip here for 2 weeks, just to explore, and I really enjoyed my time. So when I went back to France, I decided, okay, this time I'm gonna move to Korea. And so maybe 1 year later, I officially moved here. That's kind of like the backstory, I think.
Okay, then did you actually quit your job to come to Korea back then?
Yeah, actually that's what I did. I was working in Paris for 4 years during the pandemic in a tech company. And then after my trip, I decided, okay, I want to move to Korea. So I kept working for some months to save money and to plan for the visa and everything. And then after maybe 8 months, I quit my job and I moved to Korea. Yeah, the plan was only to have 1 year and kind of like take a break from work, learn Korean, travel, just rest at first. I quit my job and came here.
Then can you tell me more about your journey in detail? Were you on H1 working holiday visa?
So the first time that I actually came with the D4 visa, so the student visa
Language
yes,
visa,
exactly,
yes.
learning Korean visa, because I wanted to be here for 1 year, 6 months to 1 year, so I wanted to make sure that I had enough time, and I wanted to learn Korean. So I said, okay, I'm going to do the D4 first. So that's what I did for 1 year. I was at Sogang University. I did level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then when I was done, I thought, okay, I actually want to find a job here. I want to stay here because I really liked my life here. So I went back to France during the summer to see my family. And I came back with H1.
I see.
But then I was on H1 for maybe 3 months. And then after 3 months, I found a job. So then I went back to France again and switched to E7. The working visa.
Right.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, I think that's the time around Christmas. So
Yes.
we talked about it's like a Christmas gift.
Yes, I got my visa in the embassy on Christmas Eve, so December 24th, and I said, okay, that's my Christmas present. So I spent Christmas with my family in France. That was 2024, and then I started working January 2025,
Wow. So you got visa sponsorship, like E7 visa. How did you feel that
Yes.
time?
I was really happy because I heard it's quite hard to get a company to sponsor you. So I was very excited that I was able to find a company that already knew how to do it. They already had hired foreigner before, so it wasn't too hard for them. They put me in contact with a lawyer, and then the lawyer asked me for all the documents. The hardest thing is just getting all the documents together, because I told you I was living in Australia, so some of my diploma were in Australia, some of my diploma were in France, so there was a lot of back and forth, so it was a little bit stressful. But I think visa in Korea is pretty efficient. Once you apply, it goes really quickly. So in the end, it took maybe 2 months to get the visa, but most of the time...
After submitting documents?
No, for me to get the document and submit. But after submitting, maybe 3 weeks, something like that.
Oh, pretty fast.
Yeah, really fast, yeah. I think, in my opinion, Korean immigration is very quick.
Yeah, we are a pali-pali country, you know.
Yeah, much faster than France, to be honest. It would have taken 6 months, I think, in France. So
Oh, I see. So speaking of that, what was the hardest part when you were job searching in Korea?
Yeah, so I think because even though I studied Korean, when I first came, I didn't speak any Korean. So I started from like level 1. And so after 1 year I had studied, but my Korean level was not like great. So the hard part was, okay, can I find a job where I don't need to speak Korean? And also a company that knows how to like sponsor foreigner. And I didn't really know like where to start, because on LinkedIn there are some jobs, but usually there's not that many, to be honest, when it comes to Korean market. Like knowing where to look and like how to find the right company, I think that was like at first took me a little bit of time to think, oh, where should I look? What should I do? Type of thing.
Right, right. And particularly in Korea, we have so many job platforms. Job searching can be very overwhelming.
Yeah.
Looking back, if you have done differently about your job searching, what would you do?
I mean, to be honest, I was very lucky in my job search, because I think I started looking for a job in September, and then I got a job in October. So it was very quick. So everything happened really quickly. I think I was very lucky with the timing. And then once like you had told me the strategy, like reaching out to people. So I was reaching out to everybody in my network. And that's how like someone told me, oh, I'm leaving my job. Do you want my job? Like, do you want me to introduce you to my boss? And then next thing you know, it happened really quickly. I think I didn't even have time to finish the program. I already got a job. So I think it was big luck, like because the timing was right. So I can't say that I regret doing anything or I would have done anything differently, because I got really lucky and it worked like really well by networking and things like that. So I would do it the same. If I look for another job, I would reach out to people in my network and then find very specific job to apply. I think that's how I would do it.
Technically, you made your own luck because you reached out people, right?
Yeah.
So is there anything like too different or like culture shock when you're working in Korea?
I mean, yes and no, I would say, because I work in like startup tech industry. I think it's quite similar in France and in Korea. The kind of like vibe is much more relaxed than like a traditional company, I would say. So it's much more flat. There is not so much like hierarchy. So in that sense, I didn't get like such a big shock. But then, I think the more time you spend in Korea and in the company, you start to realize, oh, things are done a little bit differently. Things happen in a different way. So it wasn't like a big shock at first. I thought, oh, it's very similar. But then, as more time goes by, you're like, okay, I can see things are done differently. Maybe how you present something to your boss or how the decisions are made is maybe a bit different. But it wasn't like crazy shock. So it was more like gradual. So it was okay. Yeah.
I see. Do you have any advice for foreign job seekers looking for a job in Korea?
I think, the job market is hard everywhere right now, especially again in tech. There's a lot of things moving, AI and everything. So I would always recommend people to personally be on LinkedIn and look at companies, look what they're doing, and really like follow people. If you find a company that hires foreigner, follow that company, follow the people who work in that company, and see what they're posting, what they're talking about, and reach out to them. I've reached out to many people working in Korea and just saying hello, like not asking for a job, but just hello, I would like to talk to you about your experience. Can we talk? Can we have a coffee together? And then I've had people ask me as well, and I'm always like happy to also help other people. So I would say, like stay tuned in to what's going on, especially if it's a very like dynamic market or industry. If you already know from your home country some companies, I would advise to just stay very like alert and track people, stalk people a little bit, and then reach out and then ask some questions. And for me, it worked great, and that's how like I feel more comfortable looking for a job. I'm not a big application person, so I don't send so many resumes because I'm very focused on the type of job that I want, the type of industry that I want. So I think there are different strategy. For me, that was my strategy, and if I have to look for another job, that's what I will do as well. Just be on LinkedIn, talk to people, look for the right position and the right company.
That's a great advice. Actually, I teach my clients, okay, you should be really specific, right? Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you everyone for watching the first episode of 101 Success Story. I hope you enjoyed it. See you soon.